क्या आपने मिसेस निशा गोयरी का इंटरव्यू देखा, जिन्होंने अपना ब्रेस्ट कैंसर को नेचुरली ठीक कर लिया था? अगर नहीं देखा तो आप यहाँ पर क्लिक करके देख सकते हैं, जो हमारे पहले चैनल एंटी कैंसर प्रोजेक्ट में भी मौजूद है। लेकिन क्या आप जानते हैं कि उनकी इस जर्नी के पीछे सबसे बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन किसका था? वो है डॉक्टर रश्मि मेनन, जिनके साथ आज हमने वैदिक रूट्स चैनल पर पॉडकास्ट किया है। सो हेलो डॉक्टर रश्मि, हाउ आर यू? वेलकम टू द वैदिक रूट्स पॉडकास्ट।
Hello. So happy to be here and
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर
join with the
ज्वाइनिंग।
good work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. You know, I have heard about you so much. I mean, specifically, अगर मैं आपका जो मेरे को first instance recall होता है, right? So that
Mhm.
is, I was taking an interview of Nisha ji, you know, who healed her cancer naturally, and she first mentioned me about you, that how you helped her in her journey. And from there,
Yeah.
you know, I kept hearing about you from, you know, from different people from time to time. So, you know, I was pretty much looking forward to this, you know, podcast today that we are having today.
So glad I could finally make it.
So, I mean, so viewers would also like to know a bit about you. So, why don't you tell a bit about yourself? I mean, आप थोड़ा सा बताइए ना, आप कहाँ पे बेस्ड हैं, आपकी किस चीज़ की प्रैक्टिस है, आप क्या करते हैं, प्लीज़ टेल मी।
So I am based out of Mumbai currently, लेकिन मेरे प्रैक्टिस 80% तो ऑनलाइन ही चलता है
अच्छा।
क्योंकि मैं समझती हूँ कि मैं ट्रीटमेंट नहीं देती हूँ। मैं पेशेंट्स को टीच करती हूँ ताकि वो खुद के लाइफ को अपने हाथ से संभाल सकें। बिकॉज
ओके।
ट्रीटमेंट जो भी हो तो वो डिपेंडेंसी हो जाती है कि विदाउट सम हेल्प वेदर इट इज मेडिसिन और समथिंग, फिर वो डिपेंडेंसी हो जाती है, वो लाइफ लॉन्ग नहीं रहता। तो इसकी वजह
गॉट इट।
से ऑनलाइन होता है क्योंकि उसमें टीचिंग ही की ही जरूरत पड़ती है। और मेरा क्वालिफिकेशन है BHMS, जिसमें मेरा डिग्री है और रजिस्ट्रेशन है। उसके बाद मैंने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया हुआ है साइकोथेरेपी में, क्लिनिकल
ओके।
हिप्नोथेरेपी में, होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड मेडिसिन में, एंड आई एम ऑल्सो एन एडवांस्ड योगा टीचर फ्रॉम द योगा
वाओ।
इंस्टीट्यूट। I
ग्रेट।
also
ग्रेट।
practice sound medicine. Basically, जब होम्योपैथी के साथ इस फील्ड में उतरी मैं, उसके बाद बहुत सारे दरवाजे खुलते गए। You get to know that there's not just one way to look at healing. So
या।
उस तरह से मैं अपने आप को अभी भी लर्निंग प्रोसेस जारी है। आई एम स्टिल अ स्टूडेंट इन दिस जर्नी एंड आई थिंक दैट्स द वे इट विल बी टिल द एंड ऑफ माय लाइफ।
तो आपको वैसे अभी कितना टाइम हो गया एज एन ओवरऑल प्रैक्टिस में, सिंस
मेरा
द टाइम?
प्रैक्टिस शुरू हुआ 1999 में, जब मैं
ओके।
क्लासिकल होम्योपैथी के साथ शुरू किया।
गॉट
और
इट।
तब
गॉट इट।
ऑलमोस्ट 2 डिकेड से ऊपर हो गया है अभी। Yeah.
गॉट इट। दैट इज़ अ लॉन्ग टाइम। आई मीन, आपने बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखी होंगी फिर, ओवरऑल
Yeah,
एक्सपीरियंस की होंगी इन पेशेंट्स। सो आई मीन, हाउ
absolutely.
डिड यू स्विच completely टू होलिस्टिक, और डू यू इंक्लूड होम्योपैथी एज वेल?
So I try to avoid giving external medicines as far as possible. लेकिन
गॉट
अगर
इट।
कोई पेशेंट है जिसको क्रॉनिक होम्योपैथी की ज़रूरत है तो मैं अपने दूसरे जो कलीग्स हैं उनको रेफर करती हूँ। मगर अगर मेरा पेशेंट है जो ऑलरेडी मेरे इसमें है, एडवाइस पे है, एंड इफ देयर इज अ एक्यूट एक्सैजर्बेशन, कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया जिसमें थोड़ा हेल्प की ज़रूरत है, so rather than giving the regular allopathic medicines, I prefer to give a homeopathy. So that
यू
is where
प्रेफर टू गिव
homeopathy is
होम्योपैथी?
involved. Yeah, but if अगर
ओके।
chronic कोई है तो मैं अपने colleagues को pass on करती हूँ, because the chronic homeopathy requires, classical homeopathy requires a complete attention to only that field. तो
राइट
when I'm
राइट राइट।
looking at the other aspects of the patient, वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है। So otherwise acute exacerbation में तो मैं help करती हूँ। Yes.
Got it, got it. So now you started as a homeopath, and now you focus on the whole body healing of,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and the holistic healing part of, I mean, I would say एक पेशेंट को अप्रोच करने के लिए एक तरीका है ये, right? So I
बिल्कुल।
mean, how did you get inspired to, you know, switch from that field to this field completely? I mean, were there any significant differences that you found?
तो क्लासिकल होम्योपैथी स्पेशली काफी मायने देता है माइंड के सिम्टम्स को। टू फिगर आउट कि
ओके।
वो पर्सन कौन है, क्या है। अगर आप होम्योपैथी के बारे में जानते हैं, होम्योपैथी इज नॉट लाइक वन मेडिसिन फॉर ऑल। अगर आपको एक डिसीज है जैसे डायबिटीज, उसका मेडिसिन, आपका मेडिसिन अलग होगा, दूसरे का मेडिसिन अलग होगा। तो उसकी वजह से होम्योपैथी जो है बहुत इंडिविजुअलाइजेशन पे ध्यान देती है, और माइंड के सिम्टम्स बहुत आते हैं। तो जैसे मैं प्रैक्टिस करती गई, मेरे दिमाग में ऐसे आया कि अच्छा, अगर हम माइंड को इतना ही मायने दे रहे हैं, क्या ऐसा तरीका है जिससे कि हम सिर्फ माइंड के सिम्टम्स को माइंड के द्वारा ही चेंज कर सके। दैट इज वेयर आई
ओके।
स्टार्टेड लर्निंग अबाउट साइकोथेरेपी। और मैं खुद भी
ओके।
काउंसलिंग ले रही थी मेरे कुछ इश्यूज के लिए। तभी मेरे काउंसलर जो है उन्होंने बताया कि ये हिप्नोथेरेपी का एक कोर्स चालू है, आप उसमें जाके देखिए, शायद वो भी आपको हेल्प करे। तो देन आई
ओके।
स्टार्टेड आई एनरोल माई सेल्फ फॉर द क्लिनिकल हिप्नोथेरेपी कोर्स, और फिर 5 लेवल्स मैंने 2 महीने के अंदर कंप्लीट कर लिए। सो दैट ऑल्सो हैज प्रूवन वेरी वेरी इफेक्टिव। क्योंकि जब आप पेशेंट हो, आपके दिमाग से शुरू हुआ है कोई रोग, तो वो उसी लेवल पे अगर हम काम करें तो द रिजल्ट्स आर वेरी फास्ट। तो जो मैं होम्योपैथी भी
गॉट
दे रही
इट।
थी, उसमें रिजल्ट बहुत जल्दी आने लगे। सो दैट इज वेयर
ओके।
आई स्टार्टेड इनटू साइकोथेरेपी। फिर मेरा
गॉट
खुद
इट।
का जर्नी ये था कि मैं बिकॉज ऑफ कंपैशन फॉर एनिमल्स, इन 2010 आई बिकेम वीगन। और उस वक्त
ऑलराइट।
मेरे भी प्रॉब्लम्स चालू थे काफी। मतलब
ओके।
मेरे को ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस का फर्स्ट स्टेज हुआ था, अस्थमा था, एंडोमेट्रियोसिस था। और तभी मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स तो बहुत खाने चाहिए क्योंकि बोन डेंसिटी कम है। मगर मेरे पास ऐसे इंफॉर्मेशन आती गई कि कहाँ कितनी क्रुएलिटी है डेयरी इंडस्ट्री में। तो प्योरली बिकॉज ऑफ कंपैशन मैंने सोचा कि अभी डेयरी भी बंद करना है। तो आई वाज इन माय 30s एट दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम। और तभी पूरा डेयरी मैंने बंद कर दिया जस्ट। और मैंने सोचा कि अभी तो मेरे को हिप रिप्लेसमेंट के लिए जाना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि
अच्छा।
दैट वाज द इंफॉर्मेशन वी हैड, दैट अगर आप मिल्क नहीं लोगे, कैल्शियम नहीं लोगे, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम और बढ़ती जाएगी। मगर
ओके।
what happened with me was that I started reversing these symptoms just by removing the dairy out. तो
ओके।
वो इंटरेस्टिंग था मेरे लिए कि ओके, माइंड काम कर रहा है, होम्योपैथी काम कर रहा है। मगर ये ऐसे कैसे हो गया कि दूध से तो मतलब और बुरा होना चाहिए था, ये उल्टा कैसे हो गया। मेरे सिम्टम्स चले गए, पेन चला गया, और फिर जब मैंने डेक्सा स्कैन निकाला तो मेरा बोन डेंसिटी भी नॉर्मलाइज हुआ। और फिर अस्थमा भी चला गया धीरे धीरे, एंड देन आई स्टॉप्ड हैविंग पेन्स ड्यूरिंग माय पीरियड्स। तो दिस वाज इंटरेस्टिंग, सो दैट बॉट मी इनटू द न्यूट्रिशन पार्ट। और मैंने फिर होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड न्यूट्रिशन के काफी सर्टिफिकेशंस किए। क्योंकि आज तक
ओके।
कोई ऐसा बोर्ड क्या बोलता है, एक प्रॉपर सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है जैसे जो बोर्ड से कोई किसी बोर्ड से
एक्रेडिशन।
एक्रेडिशन मिला हुआ हो या वैलिडेशन जो मिला हुआ हो। सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग व्हाट एवर इज अवेलेबल। तो मैंने इंडिया में शरण से किया, फिर यूएस से पीसीआरएम से किया, और फिर डॉक्टर क्लैपर के साथ भी किया। तो इट हैज बीन अ लॉट ऑफ जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या है ये चीज जो अभी तक 30 years ऑफ माय लाइफ जो बिलीव ही नहीं हो रहा था, अभी कुछ हो रहा है। तो आई वेंट इनटू इट एंड स्टडीड दैट। तो जब मैंने प्लांट बेस्ड न्यूट्रिशन इस मिक्स में लाया, तो मैंने देखा कि होम्योपैथी की भी जरूरत नहीं है अभी।
गॉट
So
इट।
as long
गॉट
as
इट।
you're using plant-based nutrition for your body, and you're doing your clinical hypnotherapy and psychotherapy for your mind, then you don't need external stuff unless the patient is in an acute stage. Then
गॉट
from
इट।
there I started looking at other aspects. Okay, सिर्फ body नहीं है, सिर्फ mind नहीं है, बहुत सारी other चीजें हैं। social health होता है, spiritual health होता है। तो उस पे एक 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 करके एक्सप्लोर करती गई। और कई बार मेरे पेशेंट्स मेरे टीचर्स हो चुके हैं, क्योंकि वो जो जाते हैं और उनको जो रिलीफ मिलता है, वो भी एरिया मेरे लिए ओपन अप हो जाता है। सो इट्स बीन अ लर्निंग प्रोसेस फॉर मी। तो या
Got it, got it. So, I mean, if I define holistic health, तो you are saying कि सिर्फ mental aspect ही नहीं, but the diet and the physical aspect is equally important. उसके साथ
हाँ,
जब हम mental aspect को include करते हैं, then it gives wonderful results. And homeopathy involves जहाँ पे you can say where we give certain medications on the basis of analyzing his mental symptoms कि उसको
मेंटल
psychologically क्या क्या
फिजिकल,
problem है.
यस, mental,
गॉट
physical,
इट।
everything. So when you look at homeopathy, you look at the patient as a whole. You don't look at
ओके।
one part of the body. You look at the entirety of the patient, and in that, a bit of the characteristic of the patient. What makes this person unique from others? You know,
गॉट इट।
depending on
गॉट
both
इट।
of that, we do a repertorization and come up with the medicine which is closest to this person's life force, and then whatever medicines are around it, or supporting it. That's what
सिमिलर टू इट।
homeopathy does. Yes. So when you look at holistic treatment, some of the holistic treatment focus on this only, that the body is a whole, which is also very good improvement from the current method of looking at the body. But then this body is not just the what is causing the symptoms. So yes, we have to look at the body as a whole. Then we have to look at the mind, what is causing it. Then we have to look at what is surrounding them, the environment that they are in, the social environment, and what is their belief system. All that causes, any of this can be the obstructions. For some, एक level पे ज़्यादा होगा, एक level पे कम होगा, but somewhere all of this has to be looked at to see that where is the obstruction, where can the clearance happen. Yes,
गॉट इट। गॉट इट। तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग एवरी एस्पेक्ट यू आर सेइंग, तो वो होलिस्टिक
yes,
हीलिंग में हम सब कवर करते हैं। तो
बिल्कुल
डेफिनेटली
करना पड़ता
कंसल्टेशंस भी
है।
बहुत लंबी जाती होंगी, राइट?
बिल्कुल। दिन में मैं 4 कंसल्टेशन से ज्यादा नहीं ले पाती हूँ, क्योंकि 1 घंटा तो कंसल्टेशन में जाता है, आधा घंटा प्रेप में जाता है बिफोर, बिकॉज उनका उनसे मैं थोड़ा मुश्किल है लोगों को मेरे पास कंसल्टेशन के लिए आना, क्योंकि उनको फॉर्म फिल करना होता है जिसमें सब कुछ डालनी होती है, राइट फ्रॉम
ओके।
हिस्ट्री, एंड देन ब्लड टेस्ट लेने होते हैं, ताकि आपका स्टार्टिंग हमको पता चले कि अभी कहाँ पर है। और फिर उसके
गॉट इट।
बाद 1 घंटे का कंसल्टेशन होता है। उसके बाद आधा घंटा और लगता है, उनको मैं पूरा एक सिनॉप्सिस लिख के भेजती हूँ जो भी हमने डिस्कस किया, ताकि वो रेफरेंस हो उनके पास। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई डोंट टेक मोर देन 4 कंसल्टेशंस पर डे। इट टेक्स अप माय एंटायर डे।
या दैट इज वेरी टैक्सिंग ऑन यू ऑल्सो, मुझे लगता है पूरे दिन उसके बाद थकान ऐसी हो जाती होगी, 1.5 घंटा की कंसल्टेशन इज नॉट अ जोक, दैट टेक्स अ
Yeah,
लॉट ऑफ।
so it's like you have to go into someone else's life. So
या।
sometimes it's taxing, but sometimes it's also um, interesting. It's like a new adventure every day. Every patient is a new adventure. Yeah.
जनरली आपको किस टाइप के पेशेंट्स मिलते हैं और उनको कैसे आप किस टाइप से आप उनको एड्रेस करते हो, एज इन व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम दैट दे आर फेसिंग, एज इन इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द रूट कॉज, आप मतलब कैसे एनालिसिस करते हो उस चीज़ की, हाउ डू यू गो अबाउट इट?
या तो इसमें काफी चीजें होती हैं। एक तो जब हम पेशेंट बोलते हैं इन द ट्रेडिशनल मेथड, हम बोलते हैं कि अच्छा डायबिटीज के पेशेंट, कैंसर के पेशेंट, कोल्ड कफ के पेशेंट। मगर मैं जब पेशेंट को देखती हूँ, इट इज लाइक आपके जो नॉर्मल है उसमें से डिविएशन हुआ है। So
ओके।
whatever your normal is, if it is deviated, it can be in the form of a cold and cough or an infection, or it can be autoimmune, it can be cancer, anything, but it is showing that there is a deviation from the normal, you
राइट
know.
राइट।
तो पेशेंट का वो डिविएशन जो है वो चेंज करना होता है। तो हाँ, पेशेंट्स आते हैं मेरे पास, ज्यादातर तो अभी कैंसर पेशेंट्स ही आते हैं, एंड देन ऑटो इम्यून भी है। मगर कभी कभार ऐसे भी देखा है कि एसिडिटी का पेशेंट होता है, और उसको लगते हैं 6 महीने हील होने को
अच्छा।
और जो डायबिटीज है उसको 2 महीने लगते हैं। और कुछ लोग हैं जो 1 हफ्ते में भी हील हो जाते हैं। तो एक पेशेंट ऐसी थी मेरी, जो जिन्होंने 1 महीने का कंसल्टेशन पूरा ले लिया था, एंड देन शी केम फॉर द फर्स्ट कंसल्टेशन। उनको पीसीओडी था,
ओके।
और उनको और एंड शी वाज गोइंग टू गो ऑन अ ट्रैवल। तो हमने बोला था अच्छा ठीक है, 6 महीने के बाद वापस आएगी, तो वो 1 महीने का हमने एक्सटेंड कर दिया था, एंड शी फॉलोड इट टू अ टी। एंड विद इन 3 मंथ्स उनका मेरे को ईमेल आया बोलते हुए कि उनका नेक्स्ट, जब जब उन्होंने सोनोग्राफी कराया, तो पीसीओडी बिल्कुल गायब हो चुका था विद इन
वाओ।
3 मंथ। And we would have expected, because other patients of PCOD can take up to a year also. So it all depends on how much you're willing to make change, and how deep is the affliction. कई बार जो मेन कॉज है अगर बहुत डीप है, बहुत पुरानी चीजें हैं, और उस पे आप रिलीज नहीं कर पा रहे हो, whether it is a physical habit or a mental habit or an emotional habit, अगर आप उसको रिलीज करने में आपको तकलीफ हो रही है तो आपका हीलिंग प्रोसेस में देर लगेगा, मगर as long as you're working on it, you will be in a state of comfort. That is the main thing. So it all depends on the willingness also of the patient on how much to take up. Because like I said, I don't give you medicines. I give you corrections to the path and I give you multiple options to the correction. तो अगर आप उस पे काम करो तो ठीक, और फाइनली आपको चॉइस करना है. कई बार some I've also seen that some diseases also create a support system for the patient. तो उस वक्त वो डिसीज को निकालना उनके लिए अर्थ शैटरिंग हो सकता है. तो कई बार वो
अच्छा
डिसीज को वहां रख के वेयर इज द सपोर्ट एंड व्हाई व्हेन कैन दे बी रेडी टू लेट गो, वो भी होता है. अब जैसे
अच्छा
यस, कई जो ओल्डर जनरेशन के लोग आते हैं,
ओके
उनके बच्चे लेके आते हैं उनको है ना, कि अच्छा इनको कैंसर हुआ है, 4th स्टेज हुआ है, 82 इयर्स वगैरह है. तो बच्चे बोलते हैं कि अभी इनको ट्रीट करना है, जबकि वो जो पेशेंट है, ही इज नॉट विलिंग और ही इज नॉट रेडी, टू डू दैट, एंड ही इज कंफर्टेबल. तो हम जब ये नेचुरल वे अपनाते हैं, बहुत सारे चेंजेस करने होते हैं. देन आई ऑल्सो लुक एट इट, ऐसे बहुत पेशेंट्स हैं जो 80s में हैं एंड दे आर विलिंग टू डू द चेंज एंड दे रिकवर वेरी फास्ट. बट अगर हम फोर्स उनसे कराएं तो हो सकता है कि उनका कंडीशन वर्स हो जाए. तो आई थिंक दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट्स वाई दिस होल प्रोसेस, कि आप पूरा लिखो और फिर मैं देखूंगी कि कितना शेयरिंग हुआ है. And I always say that is the patient willing. The patient has to have at least a 20% willingness to make the change. इसमें हम फोर्स करके कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Yes. I
जनरली
don't know
आपको
whether,
किस टाइप के
sir.
नहीं नहीं डेफिनेटली आई मीन ऑब्वियसली दिस दिस मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस इन एवरी वे. क्या मतलब आपको रूट कॉज क्या लगता है आपको जनरली उनकी डाइट ही खराब होती है या फिर इट्स अ मिक्स ऑफ मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स, दे आर इमोशनली स्ट्रेस्ड आल्सो एज वेल एज डाइट भी खराब होती है,
Yes.
बिकॉज हाउ डज इट गो
So I
द
look at the diet definitely because that is a physical, very physical thing. और अगर आप देखें तो फिजिकल चीजें जो हैं वो चेंज करना थोड़ा आसान होता है as opposed to the mental things, because in the
राइट
mind the thoughts are like clouds. उनको कैसे हम ये करेंगे, शेप करेंगे, तो उसको थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. जबकि फिजिकल जो चीजें हैं, अगर उनका मूवमेंट में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, डाइट में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, तो दैट कैन बी चेंज्ड फास्टर. सो फर्स्ट सेशन यूजुअली उसी पे होता है एंड
ओके
देन वी गो टू द माइंड पार्ट. और ऐसा भी है कि हर इंसान में कोई स्ट्रॉन्ग चीज होती है. या तो उनका फिजिकल बहुत डिसिप्लिन्ड होता है एंड दे आर एबल टू डू इट वेरी वेल, और देयर सपोर्ट सिस्टम काफी अच्छा है, तो फिजिकली जो डाइट वगैरह है नॉर्मल चल रहा है, लेकिन उनका माइंड इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है, या उनका थॉट प्रोसेस और बिलीफ सिस्टम्स में कुछ खराबी है. So then we have to
ओके
focus more on that. And some people have very much discipline in their mind, in their thought process. They are very positive. तो हम देखेंगे कि कई बार ऐसे हैं कि लोग खा पी रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, they are drinking, they are smoking, and still they don't seem to have much problems, you know, because part of their strength is their mind, and that is very strong. So that is able to take them through all of this. जबकि कुछ
ऑलराइट
लोग हैं जो थोड़ा भी कुछ कर लिया तो उनका झट से फ्लेयर अप हो जाता है. सो एवरी पर्सन इज डिफरेंट. सो उनका रूट कॉज ये हर एक का अलग होता है, भले ही आपका सेम डिसीज हो. मगर एक चीज तो जरूर है कि जब तक आप माइंड पे काम करें, अगर बिफोर दैट अगर आप फिजिकल जो थिंग्स है, जो खाना आप खा रहे हैं, मूवमेंट जो आपको चाहिए, ये अगर आप रेक्टिफाई करें तो बेस तो शुरू वहीं से हो जाता है.
जनरली डू यू सी अ पैटर्न आई मीन इन द पेशेंट्स डू यू कंसल्ट, मतलब आपको लगता है कि कुछ एक पैटर्न मिलता है कि ये प्रॉब्लम सब में कहीं ना कहीं कॉमन सी ही है.
बिल्कुल. आज का जो लाइफस्टाइल जो हम जी रहे हैं, ये काफी अलग है जो हमारे ओरिजिनल नेचर से है. तो हाँ, कुछ कंफर्ट्स तो हमारे लिए जरूरी थे, लेकिन हमने उस कंफर्ट्स को अभी नेसेसिटी बना दिया है. जैसे रिफाइंड फूड है, ये तो सब जगह है। हम तो हम मैं जब छोटी थी तो बिस्किट्स वर नॉट वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल। महीने में एक बार आया करता था। अभी तो ये नॉर्मल हो गया है कि
नॉर्मल है।
इंसान, हाँ बिल्कुल, सवेरे उठते ही वो म्यूस्ली का पैकेट या जो मतलब कॉर्नफ्लेक्स का पैकेट खा लेता है ना। तो और ये समझते भी नहीं है, उसमें दो तीन वर्ड्स लिख लिए कि अच्छा ये एंटीऑक्सीडेंट है या इसमें कुछ शुगर है या फ्रूट है, बोल दिया तो हम खा लेते हैं, है ना। तो ये जो हिप्नोसिस है, ये मास हिप्नोसिस है, ये जो पूरे दुनिया को पकड़ा हुआ है। एंड दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेजर कॉजेस ऑफ डिजीज राइट नाउ। और ये जो मास हिप्नोसिस है, ये आ रहा है कंज्यूमरिज्म से, जहाँ पे हम ज्यादा ज्यादा लेना चाहते हैं। और ये ना सिर्फ अपने बॉडी को इफेक्ट कर रहा है, वो हमारे माइंड को भी इफेक्ट कर रहा है। क्योंकि हम वही सेम एटीट्यूड जो हम खाने में लाते हैं, वो हम हमारे करियर में भी लाते हैं कि वी आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विथ एनीथिंग, वी नीड मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर। वो ठहराव जो होना चाहिए, वो नहीं है। All animals, they do some work and then they rest, they do some work and then they rest. इंसान क्या करता है, उसका रेस्ट भी वर्क है। you know, when you are doing your career and in that rat race, तो आप रेस्ट कैसे करते हो, आप वेकेशन में जाते हो इन अ फॉरेन कंट्री, एंड दैट इटसेल्फ इज स्ट्रेसफुल। क्योंकि आपको उसका वीजा करना होता है, उसका सब रिक्वायरमेंट करने होते हैं, और इन द फॉरेन कंट्री आल्सो यू आर नॉट कंप्लीटली रिलैक्सिंग, तो ये जो है, जो पॉसिंग है, सिंप्लीफिकेशन जो है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो बेसिक कॉज ऑफ ऑल डिसीजेस राइट नाउ इज कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी। everything, whether it is of food, whether it is of thoughts, whether it is of your lifestyle. आप एक्सरसाइज भी करते हो तो कॉम्प्लेक्स ही करते हो, सिंपल तो हमने छोड़ दिया है।
सिंपल तो छोड़ दिया है, बिल्कुल
Yeah.
बिल्कुल।
So
एंड
in
डू यू
various aspect, I see this as the main cause, complexity.
एंड जनरली यही हमें पेशेंट्स में दिखता है, मतलब जब हम एज एन व्हेन यू काउंसिल देम और व्हेन यू ट्राई
Yes,
टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर प्रीवियस लाइफ, तो जो उनकी डिजीजेज हैं कहीं ना कहीं वो इसी से
हम्म,
रिलेटेड ही निकल के आती हैं। दैट्स व्हाट आई एम एबल टू
बिल्कुल।
गेट इट।
यस, एंड चैलेंज भी वही है, क्योंकि हम अभी भी उसी दुनिया में रह रहे हैं जो आपको पुश कर रहा है कि वही कॉर्नफ्लेक्स खाओ
वही चीज़
सवेरे।
खाना है। गॉट इट।
हाँ, और वही चीज करनी है, आपको फॉरेन वेकेशन ही लेना है। दैट इज द माहौल जहाँ पे हम रह रहे हैं। तो उसके खिलाफ जाना, इट्स लाइक स्विमिंग अपस्ट्रीम, so that is where they need a lot of support. So most of the times I try to get their family in, ताकि फैमिली को भी पता हो कि क्या चल रहा है, और ताकि वो भी सपोर्ट कर सके। That is one major element that we are trying to walk away from everything that is harming, but the majority is walking this way. तो वो भी एक स्ट्रगल होता है।
जनरली जब आप इनको यू मस्ट बी गिविंग अ डाइट अकॉर्डिंग टू योर ओन, जो कि आपको लगता होगा कि, या फिर उनके एलिमेंट्स में से आप कुछ डूज एंड डोंट्स की लिस्ट बनाते होंगे, राइट?
यस यस।
इज इट इफेक्टिव इन एवरी केस? हाउ डज इट गो? एज एन आप अगर चेंज करवाते हो तो इनको रिजल्ट्स दिखने लगते हैं, कुछ को कम, कुछ को थोड़े टाइम बाद, कैसे रहता है इस सब में?
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि हर इंडिविजुअल अलग होता है ना। तो अगर उनका माइंड काफी स्ट्रांग है और फिजिकल में ही प्रॉब्लम है, तो सिर्फ डाइट चेंज करने से बहुत एकदम झट से चेंजेस हो जाते हैं। जैसे वो
अच्छा।
द पेशेंट दैट आई जस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट, उनका उनका माइंड काफी स्ट्रांग था, तो उनको वो लेवल पे वर्क करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी। जबकि सिर्फ चेंज किया तो झट से सिम्टम रिलीफ मिल गया, और देन द ऑर्गन्स आल्सो स्टार्टेड चेंजिंग, तो उनका पीसीओडी खत्म हो गया। जबकि जैसे मैंने कहा, सिंपल एसिडिटी कैन आल्सो रिक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ माइंड वर्क, क्योंकि उनका माइंड लेवल पे वो थोड़ा सा ये है, क्योंकि एवरीथिंग इज रिफ्लक्स टू देम, एवरीथिंग दे हैव अ प्रॉब्लम विथ, सो उसको करना जरूरी होता है, शांत करना। सो यस, बट डाइट बेसिकली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम वो डाइट बता रहे हैं, सिखा रहे हैं जो ह्यूमन रेस के लिए बना हुआ है। हर जो प्राणी है उसका एक खाना होता है जो नेचर ने डिसाइड किया। तो अगर आप उसको वो खाना खिलाओगे तो उसका शरीर फ्लरिश करेगा, अच्छा हो जाएगा। अगर आप उसके खिलाफ खाना खिलाओगे तो वो शरीर को वो बाहर निकालने के लिए संघर्ष करना होगा, चैलेंज होता है उसके लिए। सो दैट इज वाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि हम बेसिक जो ह्यूमन रेस के लिए बना हुआ खाना है वो खाएं। तो वो खाने से किसी का कभी नुकसान होता ही नहीं है। फायदा ही होता है। जितना
गॉट इट।
कितना होता है वो अदर फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड होता है, फायदा डेफिनेटली होता है।
जनरली लोग आते होंगे लेकिन आपके पास जो ऑलरेडी मेडिसिन पहले से खाते आ रहे हैं एंड देन उसके
हाँ
साथ हम डाइट भी उनको बोलते होंगे कि अब आप चेंज करो, तो रेजिस्टेंस मिलती होगी आपको, आई थिंक।
बिल्कुल, रेसिस्टेंस तो मिलती ही है, और वैसे भी मैं एकदम से मेडिसिन बंद नहीं करती हूँ। उनको पैरामीटर्स चेक करने को बोलती हूँ, और जब वो पैरामीटर्स में चेंजेस दिखते हैं तब मैं मेडिसिन निकालना शुरू करती हूँ। तो उनको वो
अच्छा।
फियर नहीं होता है कि अच्छा मुझे अभी का अभी बंद करना है, क्योंकि मेडिसिन भी एक एडिक्शन होता है बॉडी का। तो अगर आप एकदम से बंद करोगे तो बॉडी विल गो इनटू शॉक, फिर आप उस पर ट्रीटमेंट नहीं कर पाओगे। तो मैं धीरे धीरे उनको वीन ऑफ करती हूँ। तो मेडिसिन पार्ट में दे आर ओके, बट डाइट पार्ट में तो बहुत होता है कि हमारे माँ बाप ऐसे ही खाते थे, यू नो वट एवर दे ब्रिंग अबाउट ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ माइथोलॉजी इन, कि भगवान हमारे ऐसे खाते थे। तो फिर हम बिकॉज द रेसिस्टेंस इज सो हार्ड, दे आर नॉट डूइंग इट पर्पसली, क्योंकि हमको एक आदत होती है ना, वो आदत बहुत इंटॉक्सिकेटिंग होता है। और जब कोई बोले कि उस आदत को ही आपको बाजू में रखना है, तो आवर माइंड कम्स अप विथ थाउजेंड्स ऑफ एक्सक्यूजेस so that we can go back to our bad habits. So wo, that
आई
is
थिंक
the where lots of mind work needs to be done, lots of patience, just to keep on answering the same questions again and again and again to the same patient.
आई थिंक जो लोग नॉन वेज खाते हैं उनको सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती होगी। उनको डाइट चेंज में सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती होगी एक बारी को।
यस, यस। लेकिन मैंने ये भी नोटिस किया है कि जो नॉनवेज खाते हैं, वो जब इस उनको कन्विक्शन हो जाता है कि अच्छा ये क्रुएलिटी है और ये हमारे लिए नहीं है, तो वो शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं। लेकिन जो वेजिटेरियंस हैं, उनको लगता है कि हम ऑलरेडी क्लीन खा रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम मीट तो नहीं
अच्छा।
खा रहे हैं। तो उनको वो डेयरी छोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। इनफैक्ट आई फाइंड वेजिटेरियंस मच हार्डर टू एक्सप्लेन टू देम, बिकॉज दे फील
अच्छा।
ऑलरेडी हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी वी आर डूइंग समथिंग गुड, यू नो। बट नॉन वेजिटेरियंस, व्हेन दे गेट द आइडिया, वो सब एकदम से हो जाता है। नॉन वेजिटेरियन आइडिया मिल चुका है, लेकिन वो अ, ये है चैलेंज, ये है डेयरी का चैलेंज।
और डेयरी के लिए आप ऑल्टरनेटिव्स क्या क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं जनरली, फॉर
बेसिकली
कैल्शियम स्पेसिफिकली?
डेयरी के लिए कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव की जरूरत ही नहीं है, सिंपली बिकॉज डेयरी डज नॉट गिव यू एनीथिंग। हम ऑल्टरनेटिव उस चीज की दे जो हमको कुछ प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, डेयरी कुछ प्रोवाइड ही नहीं कर रहा है, हमसे सिर्फ लिया जा रहा है। तो जब हम डेयरी कट करेंगे, कुछ और न्यूट्रिशन वाइज कुछ डालने की जरूरत नहीं है। हाँ, हैबिट वाइज कुछ डालने की जरूरत पड़ती है, दैट इज इट। जैसे चाय की आदत है, तो कुछ गर्म पीने की आदत है, तो कोई गर्म चीज उस वक्त पीना चाहिए ताकि यू गेट द फील ऑफ इट। बट न्यूट्रिशन वाइज डेयरी निकालने से कुछ नहीं होता। कैल्शियम तो हमको हमारे लीव्स, ग्रीन लीव्स में से भी मिल जाते हैं, तिल से भी मिल जाता है, सीड्स में से मिल जाता है। इनफैक्ट वो सोर्सेस ऑफ कैल्शियम जो है काफी जल्दी एब्जॉर्ब हो जाता है। डेयरी का कैल्शियम तो एब्जॉर्ब ही नहीं होता, वो तो किडनी करता है
गॉट
ना।
इट, गॉट इट। जो मतलब वन ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन दैट दैट कीप्स कमिंग टू मी, दैट यू नो डिफरेंट पीपल हैव डिफरेंट डाइट्स, यू
हम्म।
नो।
हम्म।
जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल देयर आर थ्री बॉडी टाइप्स, एक्टोमॉर्फ,
हम्म।
एंडोमॉर्फ, मेसोमॉर्फ।
या।
तो अगर मैं सिर्फ वीगन की बात करूं तो
हम्म।
एक्टोमॉर्फ बोलते हैं कि अगर हम खाएंगे तो हम तो पतले से बिल्कुल सिकुड़ जाएंगे, एंड यू नो
हम्म।
देन देयर
हम्म।
इज एंडोमॉर्फ्स जो थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल होते हैं, मेसोमॉर्फ्स भी दे
या।
आर स्लाइटली मोर कंफर्टेबल। सो उनका
या।
डाइट
या।
चार्ट इज डिफरेंट, और हाउ डज इट गो एज इन, क्योंकि वन डाइट फिट्स ऑल इज अगेन आई डोंट नो वेदर इट वर्क्स और नॉट।
Hmm. So, if you look at, say, an elephant, right? What does elephant eat?
वेजिटेरियन, ग्रास, वीगन, हार्डकोर वीगन,
Grass,
हार्डकोर
right?
ग्रास। या।
Yeah, basically grass and some fruits,
या।
right? Now, elephants also have different shapes, although from outside we all look at it as same. Do they choose different diets according to their shape? That is their species specific diet. If you see an elephant eating, say, a cow, flesh of a cow, you know that that elephant has a problem. right? That's not
Correct.
normal. But when it comes to humans, we intellectualize a lot and we feel that हम सब अलग हैं. Basically हम एक ही species है,
एक ही
right?
स्पीशीज है.
हाँ, तो जैसे अभी बॉडी का जो जो शेप है वो हमारे जीन्स के हिसाब से होता है और
राइट.
वो एक हद तक ही चेंज होता है. यू कैन नॉट फोर्सिबली चेंज इट, राइट? जो आपका आइडियल मसल स्ट्रेंथ है, आपका आइडियल वेट है, ये आप एक होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट खाने से आराम से मिल सकता है. लेकिन अगर आप अच्छा खाना खा रहे हैं लेकिन आप एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, आपका मसल्स कैसे बिल्ड होगा, है ना? अब अभी आप अगर बहुत पतले हैं और आप मसल बिल्डिंग करना चाहते हैं, इफ योर टाइप itself is thin and you're looking at a muscular person and trying to eat all the meat in the world, क्या आप वैसे बन सकते हैं? You will never get there, no, because that is not your type. This is your type. In fact, when you eat more of these meat, you'll end up having cardiac diseases, or maybe all the wrong areas will start bulging out. Your stomach will start bulging out, you know. But those who have a pear body shape, their thighs will start bulging out. So you're not going to gain anything by replicating somebody else. Your basic body type is there. We are not looking at changing your shape. We are looking at making you more healthy and fit. तो अब अगर आपको फिटनेस है चाहिए तो खाना क्लीन तो होना चाहिए, बट यू ऑल्सो नीड टू एक्सरसाइज योर बॉडी. तो ये दोनों चीजें जो आपकी फिजिकल प्लेन पे है, वो दोनों अलाइनमेंट में लाना है. फिर आपका बॉडी कौन सा भी हो, इट डजेंट मैटर. हाँ, ऐसा है कि अगर आप कोई भी चीज चेंज कर रहे हैं, व्हेन यू आर चेंजिंग योर सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, आपके बॉडी में तुरंत एक ड्रॉप आएगा,
करेक्ट.
right? And that drop is not the actual thing. It is when your body is letting go of the old habits. और जब आपका फिर से create होगा body after say 1 to 2 months, that is when you need to start exercising and take care of this new body. It is said that every 2 years, every cell of your body is new. आपका शरीर जो आज है, उसका एक भी सेल सेम नहीं रहेगा after 2 years. It would have changed. So that is the regeneration process. The fuel that you put in will decide कि आपकी वो cells कैसे create हो रहे हैं, किस quality के होते हैं. When you put the non-species specific diet into your body, all those cells have to, some of those cells have to store toxins in so that it doesn't affect the other parts of your body. So whatever your body type, your body suffers. And when that toxin is being released out, you'll become thin. So when you're already bulky, you might not see the thinness. But when you're already thin, you will see the thinness. But that's not unhealthy. Because in the next stage, you're going to create the new cells which are healthy for you. Then it is up to you that whether you're bulky, whether you're muscular, whether you're thin, exercise is important. And I'm not talking about lifting a lot of weight, but movement, some kind of body weight exercises is important. So yes, this diet is for everyone, no matter what your body type.
नहीं नहीं, आई मीन दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली नेसेसरी टू फॉर पीपल टू नो फर्स्ट.
Yeah.
दूसरा आई थिंक सो आई वाज सेइंग दैट जनरली द
Yeah.
कंसर्न इज वेट लॉस.
Yes.
So, how does one tackle that specifically
Hmm.
when they're changing diets? Because as
Yeah.
the weight drops,
Hmm.
they start to feel that their that diet is not for them, or that diet is not
Hmm.
working for them. It's just if
Hmm.
I keep doing this, I might start losing weight to an extent that where that person becomes 30-35 kgs, or somewhere
Hmm.
between
Hmm.
that. That's a common psych. So how does
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
go about that?
So, especially when it comes to cancer, when cancer patients start losing weight, there is already this worry that has been put in because doctors do feel that when you lose weight, that shows that the cancer is progressing.
Right.
Especially when you're undergoing chemotherapy, there will be weight loss, but then you're given protein supplements to try to hold it in. So, in cancer patients, there is always this fear of losing weight. But when you are following a holistic method and your weight is dropping, what we try to do is we try to see if the parameters are okay. So they do lose weight, but if they do, they don't feel very tired in their body. They're able to do their activities. While the same weight loss, if they would have had because of disease progression or other means, when the nutrition is not up to the mark, when the body is not getting the nourishment it needs, they will see a lot of tiredness. So the proportion of weight loss and the tiredness is not comparable, you know. So that's an indication that this is healthy weight loss happening. That is the body
Okay.
trying to throw out the toxins. And it does get better as the months go along. And the main thing is that they are able to do more exercise than they were able to do before. So obviously the body has the energy to do it, you know. So this is one of the indication. Then of course I do take blood tests also in between. So we know that the the CBC, and everything is in place. That is what shows you that something is not going on good inside, you know. So we do keep that. So everything that can reassure my patient, because this is important to reassure. And it shouldn't go into the other way that they eat a lot of fat just so that the body has some fat stored in it. And the fat storage, when you're fighting a disease, is not going to help the body. It's going to weigh down the body. So weight loss is
Got
not
it.
to be afraid of. Yeah. When it is in
So,
the right manner.
so the weight comes back after that. Once the problem is resolved, then the weight comes back.
Yes. Even as the body, even if the problem is not 100% gone, as the body is in the process of recovery, the weight starts coming, but it will not go overweight. Because our ideal of weight sometimes is too much than what is actually meant to be, you know. So you will not go back to that which you were in before, if you were somebody who were slightly on the high weight side. But once your disease is completely gone back, then it is up to you what you do with your body.
So specifically, if we talk about cancer, so it's a whole you can say it's a whole package. You have to change your diet.
Yes,
Then you have to
yes.
work on the mental part of it. And for the
Hmm.
mental part, you help with the psychotherapy and the hypnotherapy for the
Yes,
patients.
clinical hypnotherapy. And I
Clinical
also give them
hypnotherapy.
some tools which they can use when they have some heavy emotions coming up. And those tools also
Okay.
change from person to person because some people connect with some tools better. Like EFT is something I use,
Yeah.
Ho'oponopono, focusing, sitting with it. So every person has a different way which they connect with. So I put it out to them. I use affirmations, and sometimes I make them um, record in their own voice, which is even more effective. So it's not just what happens in my session. There is something that they have to, they have with them that can help them when they are stuck.
Got it, got it. And how do you assess that? I mean, like you've already mentioned CBC. So apart from that, do you work with any other allopathic doctor? Just to understand, because sometimes a patient might be resistant that he's my doctor right now, and I want to start a
Huh.
holistic treatment as well. So
Yeah. So it's all up to the patient because
got it.
not everyone is ready to give up their medicine, whatever they are following, and they come into this, especially when it comes to cancer. I have so many patients who just leave everything and jump into this, but that requires their own work. They do a lot of research on it. I send them links if they want to do it, and they come to it. Some who want to do it, but their family is not yet, ready for it. So then they have for chemo or radiation or whatever. Then I support them in that. So what I've seen is that when we work holistically, the side effects of the chemo radiation is very, very less. So at least that they don't have to go through. And then there are some patients who have been put on, say, 5 years of hormonal therapy after a breast cancer or hormonal cancer. So for them, I work with them and start doing this, and slowly, we try to wean it off because, as we know that, especially for breast cancer, when we put on hormonal therapy, it can cause cervical cancer or ovarian cancer. So that's a big thing about convincing them to slowly change and then come into it. In fact, I have a patient who had undergone mastectomy and was on hormonal treatment, and she was in her 70s when she came to me. And within 6 months, we weaned off her hormonal
Within
pills.
within months,
Six, it took 6 months to
6 months.
slowly, because, yeah, because she was not mentally ready for it. Then we removed her off of the hormonal therapy. And she has been following the whole food plant-based plan till today. And she's in her 80s today, and there has not been any recurrence.
Amazing.
Usually after mastectomy or anything, within 8 years, some recurrence happens somewhere or the other. That is why they put you on preventative hormonal therapy. But it's been over 10 years now, and she's not had a recurrence, and she's very happy with her diet. Of course, the some amount of old age related, because she's well into her 80s now. So some amount of memory loss and something is there, but it's not as bad. And the cancer is
Got
nowhere,
it.
you know.
Got it.
So, look at where they are. I don't pluck them away. I try to follow what they're ready for and then push a little. That's it.
Got it, got it, got it. And does it? I mean, first of all, this must be very satisfying. I mean, in a way, seeing someone who is suffering from for so long, and you're just helping them with a lot of
Yeah.
lifestyle modifications, and he's progressing to a
Of
good
course,
stage.
yeah. When I see them feeling very happy with their body, with their life, not just about the symptom, it's just
Yeah.
about them becoming so happy. Their face changes, the way they speak changes. Some of them, the voice changes. There's a lot of hope that comes in, and that is my reward, because when I look around me, I see that, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
Hmm.
And even when you look at your own family, there's so many stuff that is happening that is as part of their life they're doing, and that can become very disheartening. But when you see the changes happening in your patients or in the people, there are some patients who have become health coaches themselves, and they come and tell me what advice they have given and how they have recovered. So it's so much, it's like a ripple effect. So
Right.
yeah, that creates a lot of hope for me. Otherwise, sometimes it feels like the world is depressing, because everything is.
Hmm.
But then you see these ripples, and you know that, okay, things are changing. Yes.
फैंटास्टिक आई मीन बहुत ही अच्छी चीज़ लगी सुन के यू नो
Hmm.
डू यू थिंक द एलोपैथिक सेक्टर ये जो
Yes.
पूरा आपको व्हेन दे गिव कीमो और रेडिएशन एनीथिंग डू यू थिंक दैट नीड्स टू चेंज एंड दे नीड टू फोकस ऑन द मेटाबॉलिक साइड ऑफ दिस डिजीज instead
Yeah.
of just giving diseases? How does it go for you?
So, if when I look at the allopathic way of treating cancer, they are doing the best that they know. It's not that they are purposely doing something else. But when you look at the way they function, like I said, it's a rat race. They are looking at patients after patients after patients. So where is the time for doing research themselves? Thankfully, I do know of a few doctors who have at least given some importance to the plant-based diet, although they do believe in the structure that only chemo and radiation can, or their therapies can work. But at least they are looking at holistic methods as supportive care, at least. So some of them have been telling their patients to avoid dairy, avoid meat, and go on whole food plant based. So at least even when they're taking chemotherapy, their body is still being nourished in some way or the other. Otherwise, before the initial time when I started with my cancer patients, the people would be going for chemotherapy, and their doctors would be advising them to have anything and everything, jo man mein aaye khao, you know. So that has been changing, and that is a good thing that I can see. But yes, they are doing what they know, and they're trying to help you the best way they know. But they themselves need to, take a step down and look at other ways, which is a big ask. Yes, I know it's a big ask, but thankfully there are more and more natural doctors coming up and
Yeah.
doing this. So yes,
That is great, actually. And actually,
yes,
I think the mindset needs to change overall. So
absolutely.
it's about the more patients, the more data about the patients if that starts to come up, if more people say that I have been, helped using the holistic part of
Mhm.
this, so even the doctors would start exploring that sector more. How
Yes.
exactly is this happening? So
Yeah.
that
So
is,
when,
I think, one area.
yeah, yeah, that is
Yeah,
one area. In fact, it could be helped a lot if we had, proper research done. But in the research part, what I have seen is that most of the research which is peer approved is allopathic kind of research.
right,
When you look
right.
at the natural ways of healing, holistic ways of healing, homeopathy has been around since ages. But till now, the allopaths don't consider the research done in homeopathy as peer reviewed. Because peer reviewed are the only ones, means the allopaths are the only people who can peer review, you know. So that's why the research is a big thing. If that could have happened, if peer reviewed research could have happened in holistic medicine, it would have gone a lot faster. But that is not going to happen because they will only review their stuff. But thankfully, like I was saying, the patients sharing their stories with the doctors has had individual doctors look at it differently, even though it might not be happening as a whole, but individual changes are happening. Like I said, some of the doctors are saying keep away from these stuff, don't eat anything bad, which was way different from a decade back when they would say eat whatever, you know so that's a big change. And some doctors are telling patients to go for physiotherapy, which was also
Yeah.
not as much as it is now. And meditation is also being, advised by allopathic doctors, chemo doctors, which is a good thing. But yes, it is at an individual level. It is not the protocol. If it could become a protocol, that would be a huge change. But yes, individual, if it is happening, that too, I will take.
No, actually, so all these things need to be integrated at once.
Yes.
For them to consider probably, because then only the results would come. If only the diet change is there, then I think it might have a effect, but probably not as much ki agar hum, if we integrate all of it.
Yeah.
So probably
Yeah.
that might be a thing. But yeah, in the future, probably this is the, they say that this is the decade of Ayush, or this is the decade of
Hmm.
holistic
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely in the future. And
Yeah.
apart from,
Yeah.
yeah, you were saying, ma'am.
Even if just diet they are changing and then they are being helped by chemo or radiation, even that is a big thing, because
Right,
finally you are what you eat, you know.
exactly.
So when you eat less clashing things, your tummy, your gut health increases, and your gut and your mind are interrelated.
Yeah.
So even if that is all we can get done, even that's a big thing, and that can create a lot of changes.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Great. So apart from, cancer, what all range of diseases have you seen? Different types of patients have you seen? And you have
Yeah.
seen results.
Yes, so this is the latest one which I've seen is in a 18-year-old kid who has Crohn's disease, and he used to be my patient when he was 11 years old, and
Okay.
that is the reason why I started eating raw food, because I knew that he needed to eat a lot of raw food, and how could I
Oh,
advise a 11-year-old child to eat raw food when I have not experienced myself, So I started experimenting with raw food, and I liked it so much that I started eating only that since 2016. And he did recover a lot. But they go through their changes and stuff, and he started eating eggs in between because protein and muscle building, and the situation recurred. And now, when he came back, he is an adult now, and he's taking the choices. So there's a lot of
wow.
work happening on him and talking to him and all that. And his scalp protecting levels, which were in the 500s, it is supposed to be below 50. It is a big marker for Crohn's disease. It was above 500 in December. In February, it came down to hundreds, which was a huge shift.
Yeah.
that shows that yes, the person is on the mend. And that is the evidence, clinical evidence that yes, otherwise, yes, symptom control is there and everything is there. But what is the evidence? So this blood test,
Hmm.
no, this is a stool test. The stool test is the evidence. So yes, such cases do happen. And yes, blood pressure and blood sugar happens very rapidly, especially in the retreats that I take for these 5, 6 days. They are completely immersing in it, right? Because the food is just what whole food plant based, and we are talking about all kinds of positive thoughts, and we are doing all that work. And people who come to the retreats with say, blood pressure and diabetes, both medicines, and some of them are on multiple medicines for both the diseases, cholesterol and everything. By the end of 5 days, I'm able to at least cut it down by half. In the longer retreats for
Wow.
9 days, there was one patient who I was able to take off all the 5 medicines that she was on within 9 days. Diabetes and blood pressure, it is very fast because the body responds very fast when you especially change the diet. So it's also more important that you have to keep a check every single day because, as you know, low blood sugar and low blood pressure is more dangerous than high blood sugar.
Right,
And
right, 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 right.
so when you're eating well and your mind is calm, your blood pressure will naturally go down, and then the medicines will push it down even further. So that's why regular monitoring is important, and it doesn't take much to bring those levels under control. But the continuation of it is important because blood sugar and blood pressure by itself are just symptoms. When it remains in that state, it damages the organs of your body. That is the danger. So yes, blood sugar, blood pressure easily. And then PCOD, I said, what happened? Endometriosis and all is my case itself. There has been another osteoporosis case which reversed in 1 year, where the bone density started going up. It took 1 year,
Okay.
but the 1 year was majorly because the patient had a lot of resistance to changing. And but once they did, it did happen. And a lot of my patients who came to me for cancer, they have not had recurrence in the last years. 8 years is
Wow.
usually what we consider, but
Yeah.
a lot of them have not had. Yes, there are some cases who have also I have not been able to help at all because they were in the last stages. And those times, sometimes I tell them that don't let them be happy, rather than forcibly make them do all these changes. So yes, like everything else, it's a place where changes can happen. Sometimes nothing can happen. But I would say that 80% of the time I have had results.
Amazing. So you have covered almost the major chronic diseases that is causing the epidemic in the country. High blood pressure,
Yeah.
diabetes, cancer,
Yeah. Right now, heart disease is everywhere.
heart disease, cardiovascular so is
Yeah.
another area. So you have come across any
Yeah.
patient of cardiovascular?
Of course, it's quite common. And in fact, my people who come to me usually have explored many areas and they have come. And by that time, they would have accumulated multiple diseases. So most of the people have high cholesterol and some kind of problems in the heart. Um, I think 10 years back, I had this one professor from IIT who had come to me, and he had a very low ejection fraction of his heart. And his wife and he came to me directly from the hospital. And I put him on a juice fasting for 3, 4 days. And his
Okay.
ejection fraction within 3, 4 days changed to double. And then we
Amazing.
had to work on him. But then he was on multiple medicines, and it was a task to remove all of it one by one. But within 4, 5 days, it became double, and he didn't need the hospital again. Yeah.
Wow. Do they, after the treatment is done with you and, after the modifications and everything is done, does it happen that, they go back to their old lifestyle and the things that they were facing earlier, that happened again with them?
Yeah, I just shared about the Crohn's disease patient, right? They went
Yeah.
back and then they started eating eggs, and the disease came back, because
Okay.
some kind of, because like I said, I teach you. If you follow that, if you make the corrections, the change remains. It's like this, that if there is a leakage and you have plugged it, but you have not kept that area, maintained that area, and the leakage starts again, obviously the place will be dirty. It will decay, you know. So if something is wrong in your lifestyle and you have plugged it, and then you go and open the plug again, you're going to get dirty all over again. It will take time though. It's not that it will happen immediately because you have created some strong cells, but it will happen if the wrong habits continue. The cause, if you bring the cause back, the disease will come back.
Can we say that they are sensitive to some causes? Then we are, for example, if I eat eggs, I don't, but if I
Yes.
eat eggs, I might not face a problem. But since
Mm-hmm.
he's the one who is having Crohn's disease, he's having that,
Mm.
and because he's
Yeah.
sensitive to that, that is why he's getting triggered by that food.
Yes, because his intestine is sensitive, so it is showing up faster. Now, if you do something wrong, it depends on where your body is reacting. So, when you eat
Okay.
something wrong, say small children, when you give them milk for the first time, they start vomiting, they start loose motions. It's the gut trying to throw it out. But if that is the food that is being forced down, the gut starts realizing that this reaction is will make it difficult to survive. So it blocks the reaction. Then it goes
Got it.
inside. And when it goes inside in the organs, it takes decades before disease starts manifesting. That's when it goes into your pancreas, maybe, and you might have blood pressure, blood sugar problems in your late early 30s or something. You know. And some people it doesn't react at the organ level; it goes into the cellular level. That's when autoimmune diseases and cancer-like diseases start coming up.
Got
In
it.
fact, I have
Got it.
seen so many allergies, people who feel that they are allergic to some stuff. Those, if it is natural stuff, for example, you're allergic to milk, it is natural. We are supposed not supposed to have it, you know. But something like, say, some people are allergic to basin, and when you clear out all the other part of the diet, and then they start introducing the basin, their body doesn't have that same reaction, you know. At all, they will have maybe a loose motion, but not the anaphylactic reaction that they have, which can be life
Got it.
threatening.
Got it.
It's all,
Got it.
it all
Got it.
depends on how clean the rest of your system is. And the mind, of course, is very, very powerful. People who are very sensitive in their emotions can also be sensitive to stuff that they put in.
Okay. So you're
Yes,
saying the connection between the mind and the body. So if you're
yes,
if certain emotions are being triggered, then this will trigger certain part of your body. You're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. So, if,
Okay.
for example, if you have maybe had a breakup with someone, and you come into a place where there is this agarbattis all over, and before also you didn't like agarbattis, but it was not that bad. But you're now had a breakup and you're feeling low, and you come to this place where there are these strong agarbattis. Suddenly, you'll feel that you're short of breath, or you'll feel that you can't stand there anymore, or you'll have a headache. You know, because already your mind is a bit sensitive, and then the external factor just creates a physical sensitivity, heightens the physical sensitivity. At time, when we say a person is emotionally sensitive, there's always a reason behind it. It's not just that that person is just sensitive. You know, there is a sensitivity in all of us. But if it is beyond the normal, there has to be a reason why it started. That requires us to do some inner child healing work, or going into the reason from where it comes, revisiting it, you know, that step. Then the sensitivity will become manageable. So it's not a good idea to be sensitive, but that is the opposite. You know, there are two extremes: extreme sensitive or completely insensitive. Both are trauma reactions, and that needs
Got
to
it.
be
So for that, I mean the mental aspect of that particular problem needs to be counseled. Yes, you're trying to tell
yes,
me that, right?
yes,
That.
counseled, or just sometimes even to get aware of it is enough to for it
Okay.
to release its grip.
Okay. 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 Great. I mean, you obviously, you have also done Vipassana, right? So
Yes.
all these things are being taught over there as well. So please tell us about that experience also.
So I attended my first Vipassana when I was 18 years old. And
Wow.
at that time, we were told not to speak to each other, but we were all 18-year-olds were there. So people were talking to each other and all that. But then I said, okay, I'm already taking out like 10 days out of my life. So for 3 days, I decided to keep quiet, you know. And that was very transformational. The first day was like so much of restlessness. Then the second day, you get into that stage of
Yeah.
complete, not in this body kind of state, which
Right,
was
right,
very
right.
good. And then that created a lot of awareness into my actions. What am I doing? Where am I? And that continued into my life. So that's one of the reasons I became very sensitive to the food that I eat, understanding that. So after Vipassana, till then I'm born into a non-vegetarian family, but at the
Okay.
age of 3, because of compassion to animals, I gave up meat, and I had to fake a lot to not eat meat, because as a 3-year-old, you don't have any say, right? So I would fake stomach pain or something, but I would still eat eggs and stuff, because those hens would drop their eggs into my hands, and I would think that they are gifting it to me. But after Vipassana, a huge shift happened there. I couldn't eat eggs anymore. Suddenly, the thought came that they trusted me and I'm eating them. They were laying eggs in my hands because they felt this was a safe place. And what I was doing was like eating it up. So I couldn't eat eggs at that point, after that point in time. So that created a lot of connection with the food. Now, being that aware comes with its baggage. When you're so aware, you're also aware of negativity around you. You're also aware of things that are not going right. So, Vipassana opened up a space for me, but it also made me a lot vulnerable. And I had to work a lot on that to come to the point of acceptance. So, more deepening of the practices, not just with Vipassana, but with other meditation also, helped me to come to the state of acceptance. So, even though I do talk about this is the proper food for the human beings, I don't hold people who eat eggs or something as evil, or I understand that this is how the world is. So that acceptance, I don't think that would have come to this level. Of course, there's a long path for acceptance to go, but I wouldn't have reached here if I wouldn't have been introduced to Vipassana, wherein you're just accepting your body sensations. So then the external becomes a little bit more,
Yeah.
that much more easier to just accept. Yeah.
Right, right. So I myself have done Vipassana. So I was also 18 when I first did
Yeah.
Vipassana, and then
Wonderful.
I did 3 more times after that.
Yeah.
So no doubt, it's fantastic, and
Yeah. It's a
it's an
journey.
event in its own. Yeah,
Yeah. And when I was first told that you go to Vipassana, you'll be very peaceful, that was not the case.
yeah.
It
It's actually the
opened,
opposite.
yes, yes. It's like, you're put into the fire so that you can be baked better.
Right, 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 right. No,
Yeah.
actually, I mean, all of this, it helps you to understand more about yourself, and the choices that you are making makes you a bit more conscious. So
Hmm.
that is the best part about Vipassana, I think. And I
Yeah.
so regularly do it in my life even today.
Hmm.
Whenever I get time. I don't know how it works with other therapies and Vipassana, but I think the concept is the same because it's
Hmm.
about understanding yourself and your sensations,
Yes.
and being
Yes.
resistant to those sensations, accepting
Yeah.
those sensations.
Yeah. The best thing that I still keep remembering is when Goenka ji used to say that it does not require you to sit, you know. Once you're
Yeah.
sitting, it is a practice that you inculcate. Then you can do it even while you're walking, while you're sitting. There is this Maha meditation in Buddhism, which is all
Right.
about being aware about the sensations of your body, even while you're walking, even while you're making specific movements. So Vipassana is that, at any moment, any time when you feel like, even while you're talking, you can be completely aware of the sensations. And that it's a distance from the experience and you. And from that distance, maybe you will get a better perspective. You know, when you're in
Yeah.
it, it's difficult to see.
Oh, that is true. So even for me, when I did not realize that I was in Vipassana when I was in that 10-day plan, but when I
Mm,
came out of that, then I realized that it had some impact on me. So it is
yes.
after that uh, that you actually
Mm,
feel the benefits, or whatever things that you were going through. It's different after you come back. So that is a very good feeling in
yeah.
a way, and very mysterious
Yeah.
as well.
Absolutely. And when it happens at an age like 18, it's so different, because
Yeah,
you're still developing your idea of the world, and then you're introduced to this tool that is
right,
so
right, right,
beneficial. Yeah.
right. So were you, were you into meditation before that, or were you just, did you get introduced to Vipassana after that only? I mean, that was the first thing to your meditation thing.
That was my first introduction. Otherwise, I would be, very interested in understanding religion as such. So I would read the Bhagavad Gita, I would read the Bible. Sometimes I would just use it as, because I was in the hostel at that time doing my BHMS. And there was a lot of questions that came up, because from the way that you live at your home and the way that you live at your hostel is very different. So I
Right.
would these things to get answers, because the people in the hostel are all my age, and they are also coming to their own stuff. So I thought this is a better way to get answers. So I would seek there for answers. Then that was taking me more towards a religious path, but Vipassana opened up a spiritual path, which I
Yeah.
feel benefited me much more than just a religious path. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, this session was fantastic. Honestly, I mean, there must be a lot of listeners who might be wondering about how can I consult Dr. Rashmi for my this problem, because you have covered
Yeah.
almost every chronic disease in your 20-year journey, 24-year journey, I think.
Yes, 24 now. Yeah.
So it was absolutely great, and a lot of people look for this. They just
Mm.
don't know where to find, how to find. So that is
Yeah.
where we introduce Vedic roots, and where you can find people who you can
Mm.
get in touch with for holistic healing. So
Yes.
this is absolutely great. It was absolutely a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Subham. Yeah.
ग्रेट। तो कैसा लगा पॉडकास्ट? मज़ा आया? अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट अच्छा लगा तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें और नीचे कमेंट करके बताइए कि आपको इस पॉडकास्ट में क्या चीज़ सीखने को मिली। साथ ही अगर आपको ये चैनल अच्छा लगा तो हमारे बाकी सोशल मीडिया चैनल्स को भी फॉलो और लाइक ज़रूर करें।